Greetings, brothers and sisters. In this video, it's going to be an interesting one. So the first part of this video is going to be running over some interesting, magical, random facts that I'd like to drop on you all, because why not? Why not get a little bit of knowledge throughout your day? Second part of the video then, I will be leading you to one of the most coolest ritual hotspots that I have outdoors. It's a labyrinth that goes underground, deep throughout caves and tunnels. So that is the nature of this video. Cool, random, magical facts, as well as a quick little detour for the tunnels and labyrinths of magic. Welcome to the first installment into random, interesting, magical and spiritual facts. First up, coming at number 1, is the shape of chakras. The translation of the word chakra literally means wheel, and often translated as circle. Believe it or not, the shape of the chakras till this day are still debated. We see them normally as circular. However, in India, to this day, the most knowledgeable of yogis on the topics of chakra systems state that chakras are actually triangles, and it is only the movement and the momentum of the energy center that makes it appear circular. For example, from Sadhguru of the Aisha Center, it literally states, the nadis are the channels of prana in the energy body. These conjunctions are always the forms of triangles. They are called chakras because they embody movement from one dimension to another. The word chakra means wheel or circle, but they are actually triangles. And number 2 is the origin of the term right hand and left hand path. In Western understanding, right-hand path is white magic. They work with the divine and are basically righteous, whereas the left-hand path are then mistakenly branded as black magic. They work with only the demonic and satanic and are evil and are wicked. The actual origins of the left-hand and the right-hand path come from India, where each path would actually have almost the same identical goal of union, expansion and enlightenment. The right-hand path was more traditional, whereas the left-hand path practices things beyond the social norm, beyond tradition, beyond morals and ethics, resulting in more intense and aggressive means, sometimes to achieve the exact same goal. Coming up at number 3 is science and magic. Can they sometimes go hand in hand? It is very apparent that the spiritual sciences and the sciences of the modern day era do sometimes come hand in hand. Alchemy was actually one of the spiritual practices which made strides in understanding the material basis of the world, giving way to, you guessed it, chemistry. Magicians, witches, shamans and so forth have mentioned that all of us are connected. And now we have things about discussions of quantum entanglement. And now it does really seem so. As a matter of fact, the more science is progressing and theoretical physics branches into other areas of possibilities, it seems more and more the beliefs of magic and spirituality are actually becoming mostly facts. Who knows, maybe one day in the future there will be no difference between them. A world wherein magic and science can truly and utterly become compatible. Coming up at number 4 is the Eye of Horus / the thalamus. This is something that is within multiple cultures. The Hindus have it as the third eye. The Buddhists have the third eye on Buddha's forehead, even symbology with it in Mesoamerica, Egypt and so forth. Sometimes it's actually depicted as an actual egg-shaped structure. And most intriguing is there is an egg-shaped structure within the brain that is critical, which is called the thalamus, which relays sensory information through the various receptors and could be the most important factor in our consciousness. The shape of the thalamus is almost identical to the shape of the Eye of Horus, which only begs the question, what secrets lurk within our energy centers and the organs that could potentially be linked to them? Coming up at number 5 is Masamadhi. Masamadhi is a yogic practice by which the individual enters into a state of true intellect, wherein your intelligence actually loses all external input. This is an enlightening step for them to actually fully step out of the body. The consciousness or soul leaves the body forever, and of course the body dies. This is done consciously and even gracefully, and is seen as an incredible and well-documented thing. It is known as a way to end your life through spiritual liberation of the flesh, the ego, and the false intellect entirely. Coming up at number 6 is the earliest magical writings. The earliest magical writings that we have found are magical incantations which come from ancient Mesopotamia, where they found inscribed in cuneiform tablets, which archaeologists date back to the 5th and the 4th century BC.
You have some extremely interesting adventures and experiences. And one of the things that really was striking was hearing all the different locations around where you live, a graveyard and that cave system.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Tonight I bring you to one of my main ritual hotspots that I have been to do countless evocations, invocations, possessions, and other strange and odd rituals. This is one of the major places that I came to when my power was stripped away from me, from my father. The only dark sanctuary where I could find true inner peace and travel the labyrinths of this stony, dark haven. And it is here where I've encountered wandering spirits through these tunnels. As a matter of fact, even the homeless people in our local area will not stay here because of the amount of fear that it produces. You see, brothers and sisters, sometimes as magicians or as somebody who's growing spiritually, walking the path of becoming, walking the path of ascent, we like to think that we can just sit within our own sanctuary, our inner temple, our bedroom, and our house, and ascend that way. But sometimes this path of becoming, exploration, and journeying leads you to the most strangest of places, and this is one of them. Countless injuries and countless deaths have occurred here during the ironworks. Not only this, but many people have killed themselves in these exact stone walls. You see, brothers and sisters, this is literally a tunnel of labyrinths, a place of pure darkness. Sometimes we have to come out of our comfort zones, and I literally mean moving outside of the temple that you have built. Move outside of the bedroom that you put your altar in, or where you cast your circle, and journey into a depth of insane places like this. This isn't a place for mere mundane people, and the people that do come here often experience some of the most unusual things, to say the very least. Now, I will state that while I am here, there have been sounds and noises which many of us cannot explain, without evocation, ritual, without anything at all. Matter of fact is, when you journey outward into the world, into the mysterious dwellings of places like this, tunnels and labyrinths, and explored, you will find spirits and go on journeys and uncover and discover things that not even the imagination can fully understand yet. Now, I will also state that contained within these walls are the spirits that I have called on for over 6 years. And I can tell that now coming back, they've never left. And their presence only magnifies each time I visit. So there you have it, brothers and sisters. You have a couple cool facts and are hopefully more knowledgeable on some magical subjects, and also simultaneously I get to show you something very cool and very personal to my heart. So that's a hell of a combination. So if you like little random videos like this, chuck this video a like. Don't forget to comment down below. And yeah, until we meet again, brothers and sisters, infinite blessings to you all, and to all, good night.